House and Senate leaders seem destined to amend Oklahoma's Strong Readers Act this legislative session as the state looks to improve its dismal literacy rates, but sounding out all the details could spell a long chapter at the state capitol. While you may be reading these captions, too many third grade students in Oklahoma finish behind on key literacy benchmarks. Lawmakers are now weighing whether to re-adopt a policy to retain students in third grade or before if they lack phonic proficiency. The idea might sound simple, but leaders from the House and Senate have yet to find common ground on how to best implement literacy based retention, a pillar of the Mississippi Miracle or Marathon that saw the state rise from the bottom of education rankings to become a top 10 state for fourth grade reading scores. Oklahoma House Speaker Kyle Hilbert has been a champion of the data driven results that show states with strong retention policies spurring improved reading scores. Hilbert has pointed to success Oklahoma found under a retention policy that was chipped away a decade ago. In its current form, Hilbert's House Bill 4420 would require mandatory reading reviews and voluntary retention for first and second grade students identified with a literacy deficiency. If a deficiency still existed after third grade, retention to repeat the third grade would be mandatory.
And I've had conversations with Superintendent Fields and Secretary Hamlin and the Senate and the governor and everybody that'll listen to me about reading and how we need to improve reading outcomes. And so,
to pass his vision of the law, Hilbert needs support from his Senate neighbors. Senate Education Committee Chairman Adam Pugh, a candidate for state superintendent, is running Senate Bill 1778, which initially offered a softer third grade retention policy with broader exemptions, but a new version revealed and advanced last week moved closer to Hilbert's version. In his new version, Pugh would implement mandatory third grade retention and require first and second grade interventions as well.
Our retention is very strong in third grade. I think the biggest difference in the legislation is we also address teacher prep programs.
Pugh made those remarks at a February 24th press conference where he and other Senate GOP leaders announced their proposal for an education package, which would redirect the $254 million chunk of tax money from enhancing teachers' retirement system deposits to funding public school districts for a $2,500 teacher pay raise, additional reading and math coaches, new unrestricted funds, and a Dolly Parton library in every county. Another $25 million will be dedicated to the parental choice tax credit for private school and homeschool families. House members, including Hilbert, responded to the idea with caution, but the Speaker said redirecting the additional TRS apportionment of sales and income taxes will likely happen at some point now that the pension system's balance sheet has been strengthened over the last 20 years.
but I do think at some point the legislature is going to need to have a conversation about how much longer do we continue to subsidize these systems and when are they self-sufficient.
The 2026 education debate between House and Senate Republicans has only just begun, but it's clear that reading policy reforms are tied into the overall education funding conversation. To flex your literacy muscles, read Kevin Eagleson's education coverage on nondoc.com.